Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Parzival here. Today, doing something a little different. So I was recording this game for the YouTube. It was a game of me playing League of Legends. For some reason, the game didn't record, so I'm just gonna replay it back and kind of do a commentary. It's my first time doing a commentary, so it's not that great. I'm sorry, but this is me playing Ziggs in the mid lane against Zoe. You can see our team comps on both sides. We had a team out top with a Lee Sin jungle, with a Misfortune and a Braum bot lane against a Urgot top, a Gragas jungle, me against Zoe, like I said, and then their bot lane is a Jinx and a Jaina. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play this, and then we're just gonna like start it out, see what happens here. There we go. See, it wasn't a very long game. It was just under 30 minutes. Um, the game started out not that great for us. It looked like pretty early on, like the enemy team was going to have the advantage for most of the game, but we ended up turning around and actually winning the game, which was nice because so far season 10 has not been the best. I'm pretty sure yeah, just gonna have this set to me, and then the couple of times I die during the game, it'll rotate off to other people on the red team. So. But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Ziggs lately, especially in Season 10. In Season 9, I almost primarily one-trick the Malzahar, and I love Malzahar as a mid lane champion. But I've really kind of found myself really enjoying playing Ziggs. Um, his early game is not the best, but his wave clear is very, very good. It's so much better than Malzahar. Um, so then for me, I find it to where my first back I have so much more gold, so I have a much more substantial buy most of the time on my first back than say I do with Malzahar. Because Malzahar, one, he is not very mana efficient. His abilities cost a ton of mana, and also his auto attacks don't really do a lot of damage to minions. Like you literally have to wait till the minion's just about dead to auto kill them. Whereas with Ziggs, everything it's every 20, 30 seconds he gets an empowered Q or empowered auto. So it's easier to kill minions. Now, I started out of this game really CSing very poorly. By the time the Zoe actually came to lane, I think I only had like 2 or 3 CS, and she caught up very, very quickly. So, see, I missed this one right there. So, I only had 2 CS. So, out of the first 6 minions that show up to the wave, I only got 2 of them. Usually, I CS so much better than that. Um, you see, I get some really good early poke on the Zoe here. I'm not sure that I think this person hadn't played a lot of Zoe because you'll see during the course of the game, we have a lot of trades and it's pretty easy for me to dodge her abilities, her Q and her W and stuff like that. So you see here we're even in CS. Bot lane right now is up. You saw Gragas right there in that bottom bush, but you'll see now how bad or in the early game I was CSing because I've only gotten 4 CS and she's already up to 7. So see, I'm getting good poke on her right there. She's kind of stood there and like took it for the most part, which I thought was weird. A lot of our interaction, a lot of our trades, she wasn't trying to move or avoid anything too much. She's pretty much just standing there and just taking whatever I was throwing at her. Um, which is really, for me against the Zoe is really nice. You see, she misses her E a lot. I think that's her E or her Q. I'm not really sure. I've never played Zoe, so if I'm screwing up what her abilities are, please tell me down in the comment section below because I've never played Zoe. Uh, I know she has her dash forward. I know she has that one ability where she's trying to hit you, and then her little sleep bubble, which is that. So now I used my barrier there. One, barrier has an extremely low cooldown, which is why I take it on Ziggs. And two, I don't want my health to drop too low, especially in the early game against the Zoe, because if I do play poorly and then she's able to hit one of her abilities, she can, 1-0 me pretty quickly. So she hits me again with another one. I almost die. See, her ability to get that one auto off is why I died. Had she not be, if I had maybe blinked a little bit sooner, or gotten further away, or if Lee Sin had engaged sooner, I may not have died. But still, we got the kill on Zoe. Lee Sin got the kill. I got an assist. So all in all, it's not bad. It's not an ideal first buy for me. Usually, I like to get first chapter first buy, and usually I don't back until I'm level 6. But because of my poor CSing and the fact that I did die, I was only able to get boots and a book, which again is not the worst thing in the world. The boots let me evade Zoe's attacks a little bit more, and then also I'm able to do more damage because I have a book. So you can see Lee Sin and Timo chasing Gragas in the jungle. They were able to get some damage on him, but obviously not able to get the kill. I get a little bit more poke on Zoe here. You'll notice Gragas does ward right over the his chickens right there. It's going, as Trick 2G would say, he's going to KFC to get some chicken. But as you can see now, especially now that I have a book, I'm able to CS a little bit better. I'm not as I don't believe I fall behind CS wise anymore on the Zoe. I think going forward for the rest of the game, I'm up on CS and her pretty good. But you can see bot lane got a kill on the Misfortune, but it went to the Jaina, so all in all, it's not too terrible. If a kill's going to go on the enemy bot lane, you obviously want the support to kind of KS it a little bit, because a support being fed is not anywhere near as bad as your ADC getting fed. So right now it's 2-1. It's not too bad, but at this point, it's you don't, obviously at no point in the game do you want the enemy team to have any kind of advantage, but right now they have a slight advantage. They're up in kills, they're up in gold, but none of the drags are getting out. We ended up, I believe, getting every single drag in this game, which is really nice. Lee Sin did a great job. You see Zoe using her passive right there to heal up a little bit. But Lee Sin did a great job roaming, ganks, pings, getting objectives. He was just really on it. And you can see right here, we're trying to converge on the Gragas. I probably should have came more from that bush right there and maybe just let Gragas engage on me a little bit. Zoe hit her bubble on Lee Sin, so I kind of moved in to take any kind of extra damage. And this is me still body blocking for the Lee Sin. See, Gragas comes in. Our bot lane converges and pinches, so we're able to get the Gragas right here. I believe we get one other one. I believe we get the Zoe right here. Okay, we don't get the Zoe. Braum goes down. Lee Sin goes down. So right here, had MF followed me on the Jinx, we might have been able between the two of us kill a Jinx. But instead, Jinx gets the quadra kill. Up here, you see Tito getting the kill on Urgot, which is huge. This Teemo player also was very, very good. Didn't die once the whole game. I believe he got an S+. But again, it was at this point that you kind of thought, God, Jinx is 4-0. Usually in my games, I'm Silver 4. Was at one point almost Silver 1. So, but the game, like I said, the games have been terrible. So this is very much low elo. So usually in low elo, at a moment like this, someone's flaming someone in chat, someone's just quit the game or left. But this team didn't do that, and I was very, very happy to see it and very impressed to see it. Nobody flamed anybody. I think the Lisa did make the comment to the MF that, had she followed me, that maybe we could have gotten the Jinx. But the MF, didn't take it as anything other than just constructive criticism. But we rallied together. Like I said, nobody flamed, nobody quit, nobody raged. This was very much, okay, we lost that team fight. Let's just regroup. You can see that ridiculous Zoe damage. All she has is the lost chapter. And she chunks me for a quarter of my health with one ability. So, but that's the thing with Zoe. She's an extremely strong champion. She's got a huge upfront burst. She's got great evadability. And her passive, to me, is probably one of the strongest passives in the game. Being able to, at any time, have a slew of different summoner spells is just pretty ridiculous. You see, she kind of just randomly walks into my mines right there, giving me free damage and free poke. So at this point, and then because of that was my second death, you can see Zoe is back up on CS with me, but that doesn't last very long. Lee Sin is looking to gank bot lane right now. So again, enemy team up in kills or up in CS. But I'm pretty sure here soon, which is right now, Lee Sin goes and gets drag, which is huge. You know, anytime your jungler focuses objectives and gets the objectives done, it just makes it that much easier for you as a team, if you're behind, to pull back together and come back ahead. You see there's Zoe again uses her passive. I'm pretty sure she just uses it just to get out of the way so she can retoggle through and pick up a new one. I'll be honest, I didn't know that one of her passives was that AoE heal that she can get. I didn't know that was one of the things you could possibly get from that. So when I saw that she had that, one, I thought that was pretty cool, and two, I was like, that's kind of OP. Not realizing that she could do that. Also, you can see the bottom of the screen right now, because Jinx is 4-0, she has a 400 gold shutdown, which, but the way Riot had changed things, really, now that you gotta kind of add 300 gold to any amount you see, so right now she actually has a 700 gold shutdown. There's a big fight bot lane. I throw my ult, it does miss, but it forces Jaina. I probably should have moved the camera to show you guys. It forced Jaina to kind of slide back up to not die from the ult, which then forced her to die from bot lane. So that was really big. So here we are, just kind of still clearing the wave. Lee Sin is out jungling the Gragas. Teemo is having a good game right now against the Urgot. Bot lane starting to kind of get back into the game. Here I'm able to buy a Lost Chapter. Just waiting for my mana to kind of get back a little bit before I make my way back to lane. Now at this point, as Ziggs, I mean, the same could be said for Malzahar too, or really any champion that has mana as a resource. But with Ziggs, because your wave clear is so good, and I would say it's a bit better than Malzahar, you're getting XP faster, which means you're leveling faster, which means you're getting that bonus, that mana regeneration bonus from the Lost Chapter much quicker. So your mana issues pretty much go out the window now. So you're able to really kind of spam your abilities, look for free poke, be credible in team fights. Here, see, I hit my my satchel charge pretty good on the Zoe, but she's able to flash away before we're able to get the kill, which is unfortunate. But it just goes to show you the teamfight potential of Ziggs. You know, knowing when and where to place your satchel charge, to knock someone either straight up in the air or to knock them back into your team. A lot of times I see Ziggs players, they throw it just for poke, and sometimes just in lane phase, that's not the worst thing in the world. Get good poke, you can get, you know, especially if Comet's up, you know, you're able to get really good damage. But like in team fights, if you can throw the satchel just past an enemy, and then as they get to step on it, you reactivate it, it knocks them back to their team, that's huge. Because that, anytime you can just pick off like an enemy champion in a team fight, and you make it now a 4v5, anytime you can make that happen in your favor, it's huge. So here we go. We're pretty much back even now with Zoe and CS. I throw my ultimate out, and I believe it hits. I do get a kill on the Jaina. And I believe, yep, and Jinx is dead too. I come down here, and the Gragas is low. He dodges my Q and my E, so I flash in, hit my satchel charge between satchel charge and Comet. He dies. Zoe's here. I use my barrier again, but Braum's got my back. Braum's such a great support champion for no other reason other than that right there. His ability to put his shield up and protect you from incoming damage is huge. So that was a good trade for us. We were able to get 3 kills to no deaths. So that literally just put us in the lead, both in gold and really in all lanes. Like I said, Teemo was already up against the Urgot, which is really big. Lee Sin was already out jungling the Gragas. I'm now, even though I'm 3 CS behind the Zoe, up in kills, and now bot lane has an advantage in the bot lane, because now the whole bot lane's dead. They're able to get a couple plates. And that's what you need. Anytime you can get a team fight like that where you come out on top, it literally can turn the tide and start to push the advantage back into your favor. So now you see 3 of us have shutdowns. The Lee Sin has one, I have one, and then Misfortune and Braum both have one. You see Lee Sin right now, he's up top attacking the Gragas with Teemo right there. Zoe's up there, so I'm heading up there. I'm pinging and I'm on my way. They're pushing Zoe down towards me. Unfortunately, I don't get there in time to make anything happen or to get involved. But Lee Sin's macro play is so good. His technique on Lee Sin is very good, so he was able to get the kill on Zoe. I leash for him right here to help to let him get the blue, and I throw down a pink ward. And then right after this, Teemo pings for Urgot. So both me and Lee Sin head top lane. I actually started headed back to mid lane, and then Teemo pinged for help. So then I make my way up here and just sit in the bush and just wait for Urgot to engage. You see, I throw down the satchel and knock him back to me. I know Lee Sin's coming. I know Teemo's there, so I don't mind taking that initial trade. Even though 9 times out of 10, an Urgot is going to outdo Ziggs in just flat damage. But because I knew Teemo was coming because he pinged and I saw Lee Sin coming back up to top, 3v1, it's a no-brainer. You gotta take that. You gotta take that damage regardless of how much. Even if I died, being able to kill that Urgot and then the Lee Sin and the Teemo then could have just gone top. You see Teemo right now, he's up there looking to get plates. So, again, this game is all about objectives. KDA, yeah, there are some players who focus primarily on KDA. All they care about is their KDA. But at the end of the day, if you're looking to climb and you want to win, it's objectives, objectives. That's plates, that's towers, that's drags, that's Rift Heralds, that's Baron. You know, that's how you win games, is clearing objectives. Now, yeah, we won a couple team fights and we've gotten a couple picks. But you see, Teemo just got plates top lane. They got plates bot lane. I think I've got 1.5 plates mid lane. And we've gotten a drag. So look, over the course of like the last 5 minutes or so, we're now up in kills. We're up in gold. All the lanes are up now. I mean, this is exactly what you want. See, now that I just got hit by the Zoe, I believe that's her W, her little sleep bubble. She doesn't engage to poke for even more damage, which I thought was interesting. I thought for a second that I was going to die. But she kind of just accepted the fact that she was just going to, like, sit there and do nothing. So I'm not really sure what that was all about. Here, Braum comes to help to gank mid lane. We get the kill on Zoe, which is huge. Braum played very, very good this game. He did a pretty good job roaming. He roamed mid a couple times. He did a very good job in bot lane with MF. So here, you know, we're coming down here to get our second drag of the game. You see Braum's over there trying to keep Jaina and the Gragas occupied while me and Lee Sin kill the dragon. There we go. We get the second drag of the game, which is huge. I just throw a random Q and hit absolutely nothing. But again, it's objectives. You know, we've not gotten the first 2 drags. Teemo's up there. He's getting ready to, I believe he gets Scuttle and then the first Rift Herald of the game. So, I mean, this is big. This is huge. You know, I ping the Zoe missing, but the Zoe's coming back to lane. You see Teemo right here. He's starting to... I should have probably been clicking on the map to show you guys a lot more stuff. So, but again, this is the first time I've done a commentary on not just one of my matches, but any match. So you see now Lee Sin joins them. So now the 2 of them are going to get the first Rift Herald of the game. You see Zoe here. She's clearing mid and now heading bot lane. I believe I do ping. Yeah, I ping them 3 times, letting them know they're coming. I come and clear the wave here. And then I start to head bot to try to follow up on the Zoe. I toss my ultimate, get the Jinx. Unfortunately, MF dies. And the Braum dies. And I believe the Lee Sin dies here too. I think... I'm pretty sure I remember in chat Lee Sin thinking that we could have taken that fight. But as you can see, the Lee Sin dies here. Now, I had been running away because I didn't think he was going to want to take that fight. So had I maybe stayed... had had I maybe stayed instead of starting to run, maybe him and I could have turned that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on me, because Lee Sin had been doing a lot of damage. So had I just maybe just stayed, we probably could have maybe turned and won that fight. But again, you think about it after the fact. There's nothing really you can do at that point. So, but yeah. So now, again, you see now we're up 14-9. Teemo's coming down here with a big poke on the Zoe. He gets hit by her W though. I don't believe we end up getting the Zoe. I actually don't remember. But I think someone runs out. Oh no, they do. The Zoe gets pinched by the Braum. And then Teemo gets the kill on Zoe. And I think they might get the Jaina here too. Oh yeah, there's the Jinx. Yeah, they get the Jaina. MF comes over through the bush and gets the Jinx. I'm over here just, AFK farming, doing what I do. Get as fed as I can. But you see how, like, in the first 10 minutes of the game, how things swayed. Enemy team was up in kills. They were up in gold. They were, no objectives had gotten done yet. But in that first 10 minutes, it looked like the enemy team was really in control of this game. And then over the course of a couple team fights, getting all the objectives, the huge swing. I mean, we're up right now in, like, almost 10k gold. We're almost double the kills. I still have a huge shutdown. Teemo still has a huge shutdown. Now, me and Teemo maintain it because we don't die for the rest of the game. Teemo went without any deaths. He was a real monster in the top lane. Did very, very well. He CS'd well. I CS'd well. Misfortune CS'd well. So now we're coming down here to possibly... I don't think Drag's coming up yet. Yeah, Drag's not up for another minute. I think at this point we're just roaming. And Zoe comes up. Just one ability, half Braum's health. She's got Lunens and a blasted cap, and what one ability takes half of a tank support's health. Granted, yeah, maybe he doesn't have any MR right now, but I don't know, man. Like, there's some champions whose damage is just kind of ridiculous, and Zoe just happens to be one of those champions. But, yeah, now we're just kind of clearing. We're getting ready to set up for drag. So I'm clearing the wave to add pressure. The wave pushed forward to tower, so that way I can come down for drag. Because mid lane, we've already gotten tier 1 and tier 2 towers. So now the minions are up on the tier 3 tower, putting pressure on the enemy team. So Zoe now has to go, at least go, even though it doesn't take her very much, has to go clear that way before she can come to try to help fight for her team for drag. But there's already 3 of us on drag. You see Jaina there gets a little bit of poke on the Braum. But again, nobody from the enemy team comes in to try to fight for the drag. Jaina hits with her ability, her little tornado, whatever. But we now get the 3rd drag of the game. You see we're up 8k in gold. Still almost double in deaths, or in kills. And we've gotten 4 towers. So that's 3 dragons, 4 towers, and 7, 8k in gold now. You can see my tower is taking next to no damage. Teemo's tower is taking next to no damage. At some point in the game, I believe Bot's tier 1 tower goes down. But that's really the only tower that we lose. Zoe missing almost all of her abilities with the exception of like an auto attack. Braum coming on with that big shield. Teemo's collapsing on somebody. That's the thing too. Like when I've learned playing against Zoe. Now there have been times where I played against really good Zoes, and doesn't matter how hard I try to focus on dodging abilities, I still end up getting wrecked. Really good Zoes, doesn't matter how good you are, they're gonna hit you with their abilities, and they're gonna like just bully you in lane. But sometimes you can kind of like get a feeling as to when they're gonna use your abilities. Here I throw out my ultimate, and I kill both the Zoe and the Jaina. So that was really big. Actually, let's go back. so I can show you that ultimate hitting both of them. It's one thing that I've kind of mastered on Ziggs, the ability to hit the Kobe, like the no look ultimate. You know, I can kind of just swing my cursor over to the side and just hit it real good. So here we go. I got the Q on them, and then boom. Oh, I love this fucking champion, man. Ziggs is so much fun to play. Like, he's so great in team fights. Here I use my satchel charge to take the turret down quick. And then we get the first inhib of the game. And then after this, we go straight to Baron. I was going to back, but then Lee Sin pinged Baron. Says his smite's ready. So we all as a team just went and just bum rushed Baron. You can see now we're up more than doubling kills. We got 20 kills. The enemy team's 9. We're up 10k in gold. We've got 5 towers plus an inhib plus 3 drags. We had the first Rift Herald of the game, and now we're getting the first Baron of the game. And yeah, okay, we're up in kills. The Teemo's got 4. Lee Sin's got 4. I've got 7. But again, at the end of the day, it's not necessarily about what your KDA is. We are killing it in the objectives category. The enemy team has not yet taken a tower, has not gotten a single dragon, has not gotten a Rift Herald or a Baron. That's how you win. That's if you can, like, if players can take their ego and literally remove it, not worry about what their KDA is. Did I get an S plus or an S minus or whatever at the end of the game? And just focus on your lane during lane phase. When lane phase is over, focus on the objectives. I mean, even during lane phase, sometimes like an enemy jungler, or not enemy jungler, but your jungler wants to get a drag super early. So then it's your responsibility, like for me as a mid laner, it's my responsibility then to push the wave to force the champion I'm laning against to now have to sit back and clear a wave while I'm now heading down towards drag. So it's, you know, map awareness, knowing where your enemy jungler is, knowing where things are happening, and then being able to position yourself in a way so you can help get those objectives. That's the best way to win and climb in League. You know, you look at some of the best players in the world, their macro play and their micro play. It's top notch. It's knowing when to be where. It's knowing how to position yourself, when to push the lane, when to freeze the lane, knowing where your enemy jungler is, knowing where your jungler is, knowing how to position yourself in lane, where to ward, when to ward. You know, it's a lot of things, but just like anything else, there's like a muscle memory to it. The more you do it, the more it just becomes, you know, like almost like common knowledge in a sense. Like I said, muscle memory. The more you do it, the more it just becomes natural to you. You see here, we end the game right here. We've gotten all 3 inhibs now. Our whole team's in the base. We've got Baron. There's literally no reason for any of us to back. I have my ultimate in case there is a team fight. You see, I use my satchel charge right here to get a tower. We get the last tower on the enemy team, and then we just literally bum rush. I use my ultimate to get one last kill on the Zoe. Let her know who was boss in mid lane. And that's game, boys and girls. You see the game over emo pop up. And that's it. That's all she wrote. 25 kills to 10 kills on the enemy team. And that's the ball game, man. Here was the game right here. You see I ended the game with 8-2-2, which is not good. Well, actually, it's very good. My CS was low, though. Because I CS so poorly in the beginning of the game, I finished with like an A+. But again, look at the objectives. We got every single drag that spawned. We got the first and only Rift Herald. We got the first and only Baron. And we just dominated, man. After we kind of just buckled down and played together as a team and converged on each other when there were fights happening, we won team fights. We got bot lane back into the game. Top lane was already dominating. Even though I wasn't CSing very well, I still kind of had a slight advantage in Zoe in the mid lane. And then our Lee Sin just completely out-jungled the Gragas. I mean, you see almost a 30-minute game that Gragas only had 103 CS compared to Lee Sin's 144. But, again, Lee Sin, yeah, his CS could have been higher, but he was all on objectives. He was all on ganks and team fights. I mean, all in all, Lee Sin played extremely, extremely well. In fact, I think him and Timo both got S pluses. Um, Braum again Braum support diff 2-2 and 13. He just did a phenomenal job. Urgot just had a rough time in top lane against Timo. I know Lee Sin ganked once and helped him get a kill. Both me and Lee Sin ganked that one time and helped and got the kill on Urgot. I mean, Urgot just didn't have fun in top lane at all. And normally, if he builds properly and plays right, I'm pretty sure that's a winning matchup for an Urgot against a Teemo. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a winning matchup. But again, this guy, B-Ball Kid 97, 6-0-5 in the game. Pretty much bullied Urgot in the top lane, which made it easier for everybody else. Lee Sin then didn't have to pay as much attention top lane because he ganked early and got team owner advantage. And that's another thing too is as a jungler looking at your lanes, looking to see which lane is probably going to need the most help at least early game to get them ahead to make it easier for everybody. But anyways, guys, that was it. That was Teemo versus Zoe. No, that was not Teemo versus Zoe. I'm tripping. It's 4:20 and I haven't even smoked anything, and I feel like I might have. No, but that was my gameplay. Ziggs versus Zoe mid lane. It was a good game. 27 minutes. We won. Got I don't even remember how much LP. I think it was like 22 LP or something like that. But yeah, guys, that's how you lane against Zoe as Ziggs, and that's how you come together as a team and make a comeback and win, and then dominate for the rest of the game. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this commentary. I hope I did a good job commentating. If there's something I could have done better, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed my commentary, and I will check you nerds later. Peace.